Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is January 16th, 2024, and it's reported that Xavi Hernandez has leaked to the press that he would leave on his own accord if things keep going bad. Also, Andreas Christensen could be Barcelona's new pivot. And finally, some club members are currently contemplating a vote of no confidence against Joan Laporta. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. And before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you head to Get Bag. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. Both links are down below in the description. Now, before we begin with the news, just a quick explanation, because I did get a lot of questions on yesterday's video, but Mondays and Wednesdays are still the official Barca News live streams, which are now called the Barca News podcast. Those are the days that I do the long live streams where I get to interact with people, read the comments live, get a discussion going, answer any questions. So that again is still Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Barca News live podcast, which are usually 30 minutes or longer. The rest of the week will be regular videos. I've been doing a lot of short live streams to bring you the news, just because I've been short on time as far as taping, editing, uploading. So I've been just doing short live streams to bring you the news. So the rest of the week, regular live streams, Mondays and Wednesdays, the live podcast where I get to read you people's comments live. Anyways, having explained that, let's dive right into the news, because as I said before, this week there's going to be a lot of meetings, a lot of talks between Xavi, the players, Xavi, Laporta, Deco, etc. There's going to be a lot of meetings in the city of Barcelona. There's going to be a lot of discussion of what's going on with the team, of what happened in this last debacle in the Spanish Super Cup final, where we were humiliated by Real Madrid. And while it's been reported now that Deco has met with Xavi Hernandez, where they both discussed the situation with the team. Now, it's reported that Deco communicated to Xavi Hernandez that him and Joan Laporta in the club still trust him. They still think he's the right coach for Barcelona. However, Deco did tell Xavi Hernandez that he needs to be more courageous with his decision, that he needs to turn things around, and that he needs to revert to basics, because he would like to see him, remain as Barcelona's coach. He would like to see him succeed at Barcelona. Of course, he would like to see the team win trophies. And it's reported that Xavi Hernandez transmitted that same message to the locker room, that he said we need to start, taking courageous actions. We need to revert things around, and we need to succeed and change things around so we can win trophies and everybody could be happy. Now, it's reported that Deco did inform Xavi Hernandez that, of course, even though he does have that support of the club, that's not going to be forever. It's going to be until the end of the season. Once the end of the season arrives, then they will have a different talk. So again, Deco telling Xavi he needs to change things around. Otherwise, he might lose support by the end of the season if things don't go the right way. And of course, that would mean Xavi losing his job. Now, it's reported that Xavi Hernandez has informed the club that if the objectives of the team or the club are not met by the end of the season, that Laporta is not going to need to fire him, that he will step down on his own and he will leave the club. And more importantly, that he will forgive the rest of his contract, because he understands that the club comes first. The club is much bigger than him. So if he feels that things are going wrong, that objectives are not being met, he would be willing to quit on his own. He wouldn't need to be fired. And again, forgiven that contract, unlike previous coaches like Ronald Koeman, who made Barcelona pay him the rest of his contract, or Quique Setién, who sued Barcelona despite only being at the club for 6 months. Now, more news, because it's reported that Deco did tell Xavi that they will do their best to try to bring him a midfielder. Of course, as you know, Xavi Hernandez has complained that he hasn't been getting the signings that he wants. Xavi Hernandez truly believes that what this team is missing is the pivot. And of course, Deco informed Xavi Hernandez that the club will continue to work hard to try to sign a pivot during this winter transfer market. However, this all going to depend, of course, on the activation of that economic lever, which is the sale of Barca Vision for the 40 million euros, which the German investment fund Libero did not pay to Barcelona. So Barcelona is still working very hard on selling the rest of Barca Vision. As I reported before, there are currently 2 concrete offers on the table, with the third one that might be on the way. And Barcelona are hoping to close this transaction before the end of the winter transfer market. So again, they can sign that pivot that Xavi has been asking for quite some time. Now, in case Barcelona cannot activate that economic lever on time and they cannot sign anyone during this winter transfer market, there's currently talks that Andreas Christensen, it could be played in that pivot position. Now, Christensen has played in the pivot position in the past, I think with Denmark and Chelsea. So he does have experience in that position. Of course, that's not his main position. He's a pure center back. But nonetheless, Barcelona are contemplating using Christensen in that position. But again, only if Barcelona cannot activate that economic lever, that Barca Vision economic lever, and cannot sign anyone. Now, I personally do not like this, not because I have anything against Christensen. I think he most likely could do a good job, but I don't like when we start experimenting with weird things, when we start playing players out of position, putting them in my workout or my not. But I don't like this because Christensen is not a pure pivot. I think all we could end up doing is hurting his image, because if he does end up failing in the pivot position, and I personally wouldn't blame him if he does because he's not a pure pivot, I think then all the blame is going to fall on him. And also, even if he does have the skills or he has played the pivot position before, when players go many, many seasons without playing in a certain position, it takes them a while to get back into it. And right now, what Barcelona needs is someone that can step into that role right away on day one. Christensen is not going to be able to do that. Again, even if he does have the skills to do it, even if he has played in that position before, having spent so many seasons without playing as a pivot, it's going to take him a while to adapt and adjust. So it's not going to work out. I think all we're going to do is end up turning the fans angry against him. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Do you think Andreas Christensen would make a good pivot? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, the last bit of news, and this is a big one because it's reported that there are currently club members who are contemplating a vote of no confidence against Joan Laporta. And if you don't know what a vote of no confidence is, that's when club members vote to pretty much get rid of the president or dispose the president of his post because they don't like what he's doing. Of course, there was a vote that was put in motion against Bartomeu, but he resigned before the results of that vote come out because everybody knew that he was going to be deposed out of his position. And while now there are some club members, not all, not a majority, just some, who are now talking about starting a vote of no confidence or starting the process of a vote of no confidence against Joan Laporta. Now, it seems that these club members are not too happy about how Joan Laporta is running things, and they're not happy because he promised that he would install a CEO. Of course, when Reverter, which was the former CEO, left, the board have yet to install a new CEO. They don't like that Joan Laporta kind of runs the show on his own, that he's kind of the sole decision maker, that he's involved in all the decisions of the club. And now that we have this situation, of course, with the team where the project is falling apart, where Barcelona are not playing good match after match, and now with this debacle in the Clásico match in the Spanish Super Cup, there are now club members who are starting to have meetings and discuss within them the possibility of bringing forth a vote of no confidence against Joan Laporta. Now, these club members for now are saying that they're not going to bring this vote of no confidence yet. However, if things get worse or if things do not improve, then they will bring that vote of no confidence forward. Anyways, that is all the news. I will be uploading a second video later today. There's been a lot of news coming out of Camp Barca today. So so I decided to break it down. And like I reported before, I'm going to be making 2 videos a day now to break things down into segments. That way I don't make such a long video. So stay tuned for the second video. But that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, Visca Barça.